So Spy Family Season 2 has officially come to a close, and while we don't have an official confirmation of Season 3 just yet, they definitely give you the cryptic tease of see you next mission, and while yes, there is the movie just around the corner here, it also is clearly saying we will be doing a Season 3, stay tuned for more details. Right now, the rumor is, these are just rumors, this is not official confirmation, but the rumors are that we might be seeing Season 3 around October of next year, which would honestly make a lot of sense. And I think given the idea of anime original movies, one core seasons, I think that's a good way to keep Spy Family around without too much of a big break, but still letting Spy Family fans eat good. And I'd honestly say that the final episode here, Part of the Family, 37 in total, it's insane to think we've watched this much in such a short amount of time. I think it was not only the perfect way to wrap up a Spy Family season, but it also felt like the thing that was missing from season 2. And I don't think it's necessarily like we were missing Bond and Bond was the thing that was definitely missing, but it's just the overall vibe, the overall atmosphere of having such a good dog, a good boy, the goodest of boys you could say, come in and just separate himself from the girl who normally would keep him a lot more comforted, because while Lloyd's not a mean guy, Lloyd isn't the most comforting of people, especially for maybe a dog with PTSD who's been in the service of experimentation and kind of being whipped as a lab rat. So having him have to go through these situations and honestly feel a little discomfort because okay, Lloyd's forcing him to do this training against Frankie, not realizing that actually this could be a little hard for him, and if it wasn't for Frankie, they'd probably still be in that dog park, worrying that he's doing all these things wrong when he's just trying to stop kids' ice cream from falling, or old people from getting hit by bicycles. But the idea of building him into having this arson storyline and then just having them be such a wholesome family, it's like, this is what was missing from season 2. Not that other episodes were bad, but there's just something about that nice bow, that wholesome bow, when you pull away and you see them all at the dinner table and just seeing that fake Stella, it's just like, that's what Spy Family represents. And this felt like not only giving us that, okay, we had some great Lloyd content, some amazing Anya content, Yor had some fantastic content, but then you even gave us that Bond content. The only issue with this episode was I was hoping my boy Frankie finally got the girl, and it was all in his head, damn it. And I'm like, this man just can't catch a break. Now, full live reaction to today's wonderful ass episode of Spy Family Season 2 over on my Patreon. And if you would like to see that, head on over there, and it is available. I mean, obviously we have the movie around the corner. I forget the release window for outside of Japan. I know, I think it comes out next week in Japan or something. We're in that area. All I know about the movie is that one of the reviews I've read is that it has one of the best animated and choreographed fights of Spy Family to date, so that's pretty exciting. I mean, especially given some of the insanity we did see in this season. But I think just watching such a simple episode where it's like, last week was kind of like a mixed bag for me. This is just like peak Spy Family. I love seeing this dog. I love seeing him. Honestly, he at one point Bond looked like his old lost uncle. Like when he gets soaking wet and he's just so skinny, I'm looking at him being like, this is his uncle that came to visit for a family reunion. And just the fact that Lloyd just couldn't help himself but laugh. The fact that they were all just having such a blast with the nonsense. Honestly, I'm a sucker for the little details in animation. I think a lot of times when you have a funny gag of oh, the dog's wet and look at how different he looks. He shakes it off and then he's back to being fluffy. I've seen things like that almost every single time something pops up in an anime with that type of vibe. And this time, no, they did such a smart thing with the animation. He did shake off a lot of the water and he got a little fluffier, but he's still a soaking wet dog. Then it's going to take a towel, a blow dryer, and, a little bit of time to fully dry off. And the fact that this team is able to do those little attention to detail moments, they actually legitimately turned him from soaking wet to then seeing a bunch of fur strands get slightly drier, and I'm like, why did they go this hard for the animation? It's just a dog shaking off some water, but that's the Spy Family team for you. They're just that good at what they do. And honestly, I'm glad that arsonist got what he deserved, because that dude is a psychopath. I've never understood people who are that fascinated with fire. I mean, it's kind of scary when you think about it, because when you go throughout school, there's usually one kid who, even if he doesn't commit shit, there's something about them, the vibe, and they're way too fascinated with fire. And that's what this dude grew into. I think his hat literally said fire. And he's it's not even just about seeing the flames. He got more excited when the woman was going to run into the building to get her dog who would have burned alive. And he's like, this is what I live for. I'll never give up the high. And I'm like, this dude, I hate people like this. Like, what is broken in your brains that need this? And then Besport comes in, stops him, and thank God for Lloyd. That has to be one of the meanest, nastiest, and cleanest uppercuts I've seen in this show. I had to do a double take, man. Like, just how fast he came in after stopping the knife. Like, that dude, I think he just shattered his nose to the point that it's not going to heal in straight. Not that he deserves it, but damn, was that nasty. It was just such a great episode. Like, I think we got to see a little bit of everyone from our main family cast. And while there's definitely points where I'm like, man, I'd love to see more of this, or I'd love to see even more of Yor's assassination stuff, like, they delivered on, I feel like, what we were craving more of when we left season 1. And while not every episode of season 2 was necessarily the same quality as some of the best episodes of season 1, I think in general, I don't look at season 2 as a downgrade from what we had. They worked on this all in one go either way, like this has been a steady production, and honestly, I think it's been consistent. I feel like it just radiates passion and quality, the facial expressions. Well, maybe Anya got a little less memey this season in the later portions of it. I mean, we've had so much great meme faces, and the fact that the other characters got spotlights, we got to see more with Yor's work. Lloyd's stuff is maybe not as important this season in terms of what we saw last season, but we know that's still a major importance. The world would literally implode without our boy. I'm very excited for a season 3. I'm excited to see where they take it. I'm excited for any anime original ideas they come up with, because looking at Spy Family's world and its cast, there is so much potential for extra stories that don't have to relate to a big mission or a big major plot point. Because here's the thing with Spy Family, you can literally give them a Penguin Uten as an episode, and that's going to feel just as important as literally any end of the world threat that could pop up. Because for Spy Family, the core thing is that this is a fake family becoming real. Whether that relates to a mission that's incredibly important, or it's just Anya wanting to be cute, or a dog wanting to go for a walk. It all works. So anime original content works a lot better for this than it does for a lot of series where it feels like you're taking a stop from the main plot and detouring to something that maybe a lot of people won't care about. No, Spy Family anime original movies, OVAs, whatever they want to make in between seasons, go for it. I'm going to be seated and I'm going to be watching. But of course, those are my feelings. I thought this was a fantastic season. I've been a Spy Family shill pretty much since the first couple of episodes, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. And honestly, I'm just dying to watch that movie, and I can't wait to see where a season 3 is going to take it. This is just the perfect bow to tie it all off. Let me know what you're feeling though down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell so you can know if I when I upload more of the channel. And like I mentioned, we have that full live reaction over on my Patreon, and hey, while you're over there you also get a video shout out. So today we have Nathan Semichuk, Zeshram, Dark Lord, Dylan Miles, Jonas Pierre, Stephen Thomas, Marion James E. Posada, and Ranga Rage. So I appreciate the support everyone, please take care and have a good one.